Hi everyone, we are at the end of our course and this is the last lecture, and which is very important, which is testing of our panel. So how you are going to test it, because we are already going through the how you are going to design with CATIA and the basics of industrial control panels. There is various tips and tricks, various components and all these things. So you are done with your industrial panel designing and you are done with your manufacturing parameters. So you have a completed one industrial control panel. So now important part is like testing of your panel. So there is a FAT means factory acceptance test, which is required to perform by UL standard at the manufacturing premises. So it is very important to perform your test at the manufacturing premises, so to get a clearance by UL. So there is various types of tests. There are four main tests like a circuit diagram checking. So you have already done with your circuit diagram, so you have to check it again and again. So you will check the errors. Sometimes you just misplace or you just follow to various firewall, but you just connected to the various other components. So it is very important to check this circuit diagram and again and again. Then second is point to point test, which is very basic test but very helpful. You just have to purchase one multimeter to test this point to point test. Just go through various components, just take with the probe. So if there is zero signals at the multimeter screen, then there is no error. If there is a generation of some time of current, then there is some type of fault which is occurring at the control panel. So you have to trace your circuit diagram again, check your connection again. So there is one fault or there is short circuit or there is any fault is occurring at your industrial control panel. So point to point test is very important. Then power supply tracing. So you are already done with your sectionizing of your supply. So if you are having AC supply like in this circuit diagram, just trace your supply according to the components. So you have one surge suppressor, then MCB, then input output, then connected to the PLC input output. So you have to check it all by power supply tracing. So power supply tracing will be helpful for your any further errors can be reduced. So power supply tracing is also very important. After that, documentation is very important. You just made a list of various tests you perform and make a list where you have failed. So you will make a documentation of all this. So if you have failed at point to point test, so you have a documentation that this day this test is failed. So you will take a look at that and you will reduce that error or that failure. So this testing will be helpful for you to tracing your errors. So this is the standard test you have to do while testing an industrial control panel. So this will help you a lot. If you have any question, you can ask me in the Q&A, and thank you very much.